Hi there, it's Tania from Tatty Treasures. Hello and welcome back. And if you're new, then welcome aboard. It's nice to have you here. So this is part of the getting my bases done. You're probably groaning and going, oh no, not her, still with them bases. But yeah, I've still got bases. Have you? So these are all really jumbo tags. Let me see if I can oh no, I don't want to go in. I want it to go a bit wider. I'm just going to lift the camera, sorry. Because they're that big that, well, they're not, I'm exaggerating. Yeah, so they're tall ones. Let's give you a rough idea. If you've got the Tracy Fox, oh, I don't know what kit it's from. So they're 7.5 high. They're not particularly, it's not about the width anyway, it's the height. They're about 7.5, they should be about 7.25, just under 7. So yeah, they're all large tags, you know, not as regular tags. And obviously they're not a bit harder to do, but I find when I cut pictures out and things like that, you know, most pictures are quite small, so you know, you've got a little floral down here, they look totally lost. But I have been also, as well as battling the bases and battling you know, all the kits that I've brought and printed out and getting used, I've also been fussy cutting, and I've managed to get some quite tall ones. So I thought, well, brilliant, I can get these taller ones used up, so they're going to be perfect. Most of these ones are at the Frampton book. It is on my Amazon favourites, and some of the others, well, I think only this one is from my painted garden. So I mean, I think it's probably too tall. It goes on that one, I think, but I don't think the actual image suits the rusticness. I'm gonna have to pause a minute. I think it's going to be quiet. It's like school time, children coming home from school and that, Eleanor's Mike. But yeah, there's still those last few dawdlers. And I think he wants to know why they're late home from school. So I'm going to first do these two because these are going to be really quick. I don't want to hide any of this, to be honest. I just want to add something to it, which I think these would be perfect. Well, I don't think that one would be perfect because I don't know. I'm going to pretend I can't hear him. I don't know if you can hear him when he's downstairs or not. So I think that one would go okay on there, and I think that one would go okay on there. So this one has got a lot more like tags, not tags, labels on it. So yeah, I don't really know how I can improve it, or not improve it, add to it. I know that I did cut out some of these from the kit, so I didn't know if to add one of those at the top, but then I think that looks a bit too much. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. So I don't think I'm actually going to add a topper to these. So yes, what can I do to improve it? I think on this one, I'm not going to do anything because I just not. I'm just not gonna. So of course I can add a bit of ink. There's plenty of ink on these tags. All I'm doing is just going round where I've cut. So you're just getting rid of that white core. So that's that. I could do with, let me get my little messy mat out, because I'm just gonna rub over this just to get those white bits. Oh, I like that. Okay. And yeah, just gonna pop that on there like so. That was an easy one. Now this glue is getting quite low, but it's not low enough that I want to, you know, fill it back up. So I'm trying to actually finish it, because I keep thinking if just keep filling them up when they're not actually empty, then I don't know, do you ever get rid of that last bit of glue, or will that stay? No, because you go like that, don't you? And when I fill it, the new stuff will be at the top. So yeah, I don't know if that's right or not, but yeah, I don't feel like I should be refilling it. Yep. Slide that down a little bit. I want to go across a little bit. I'm surprised it gave me that wiggle, because sometimes it doesn't want to give you any wiggle. So let's just get these little ends, and there's that bit there, and I think this bit here. I'm not too far out, am I? I can't see my camera, it's too high up for me to see the screen. So I'm going to call that done. Right, let's see about putting a label on. So I mean, I could add a part 1 just to give it a bit more 3D. I mean, I can see that it's got blue ones and green ones, so let's see if I can find a blue one. Again, I'm low on these, but I don't want to print any out, because you're never then getting rid of the other ones, are you? You're just using the same ones all the time. And green ones are the ones that I obviously use the first. Use up first. Oh, I might be fibbing. There's cream on that. I think that's the last one. Surprised that there was no blues in there. So let's dull that down a bit. I think this is actually a Tim Holtz one. They're a little bit white, aren't they? Yeah, I'm going to put that on there. Right, it just gives it a bit more 3D. So that's that. Do I want anything about there? I don't know. Do I? Let's have a look at that scientific-y ones. If I could find a small circle, that would be good. But again, small circles are the ones that I tend to use first. No, I'm not gonna. So we'll leave that one as that. I'm quite happy with that one. Right, let's give this an ink over. Oh dear. Oh dear me. I whipped it. Right. Thought I was doing so well. It's funny because I was thinking in my head, oh yes, if I hold the top and the bottom, this stops it from ripping. Right, so I could do with putting a few labels on here before I put the picture on. So what's this red one here? See, that would perhaps be nice there, and I will cut part of it off. So we'll go back there. Okay, so that's that one. I think we need a different, oh, I've got the blue one. Honestly, let's see how this would, see how this would lay. So I either want it that side or I want it that side. No, it definitely wants to be this side. So that's there. So still wish I had something round. I mean, no, it's too big. One's a little bit smaller. No. Nope, nope. Right, let's. Yeah, I quite like that. Okay, let's cut those off. Like so. Like that, and then I shall ink down that side, down that side. Do I need anything else? Maybe. Yeah, I'm going to pop that there. You'll hardly see it anyway. So that can go there. So if I position that there, a little bit preoccupied, sorry. I'm going to say my partner's just rang. Car had gone in for its MOT, and the garage had just rang him saying it's failed on this, that and the other. So he's just waiting to hear back from them how much it'll be, and oh, gone too far. I could cut the leaf off there, couldn't I? Oh, I could just position it in a different way. Yeah, how much is it going to be and when can you do it type thing. Luckily, he doesn't need his car for work. He only, well, we both only work, like, to him 5-minute walk, to me 10-minute walk. We work at different places, but it's on the same It's at the same place, different building, different company, but same place. So yeah, it doesn't need it for that. I mean, sillily, we didn't do the shopping yesterday, and we'd said about we ought to do it just in case, and we didn't, which isn't a problem. I mean, I'm gonna see if I can get an online shop, but yeah, it's the expense, isn't it? And we're going on holiday, well, hopefully soon. And yeah, then you're thinking, oh my goodness, so we're gonna have a car. So yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for him to get back from work and tell me the good or the bad news. So that's those two. Now these are totally plain, so these are gonna need some serious jazz. So I've got this nice paper from Andrea at Artsy Maze. So I'm just going to tear down the white. And yeah, I've had a bit of a problem customer. Not in my paper shop, in the Dreamcatcher shop. Oh dear, some people are so rude. Like the conversation started about nearly a week ago, and it started out really quite rude and stuff. And what it was, she lives in a different country. I get a lot of people buying things and say, well, for gifts, and I send them to the person. I gift wrap them, put a card in. I write on the card if they want me to write on it and things like that. So I get a lot of people from different countries wanting to send, you know, to people in the UK. Because obviously it's whatever they wanted to send, it'd actually be easier and cheaper to just pay somebody in that country to send it. So I get a lot of those. And I had someone from one country wanting to send something to another country. And yeah, I sent it, and nearly 2 weeks later, got this really rude message. And to be honest, I was having one of them days where I thought, I can't deal with it today. And it was at an inappropriate time. If I'd have worked in a normal shop, I wouldn't have even been at work at that time. And most of the time, I mean, I wake up, you know, every single night between 1 and 4 o'clock in the morning. And, you know, many a time if I've got a message on somewhere, I'll message back. Because I do. And because I know we all live in different countries and, you know, all the rest of it. So sometimes our best time isn't somebody else's best time kind of thing. But yeah, I was in one of them moods where I just thought, oh, I'll leave it till tomorrow. Because it was not late at night, but you know, late enough to be working in a shop type thing. And then the following morning at like 6:30 in the morning, I got another message, and I could see from the message that, you know, both messages, that it was you know, quite a rude message. And obviously I'd just woken up, and I thought it was the day that I did do my orders anyway, so I'd have been going in the shop. When I say in the shop, I mean, you know, on the computer in the shop. And I just thought, I'll wait till 9 o'clock and I'll go in and read it. And in the meantime, she left me a review, a 1-star review, and it was really enough, you know, review that, oh, this seller has been totally ignoring me and all the rest of it. And it's like, literally, you messaged me last night and early this morning. She knows that I'm in the UK, and yeah, it was just, so I messaged them back anyway, and I pretended that, you know, I'd not seen the review because I'm really, you know, whatever. If she wants to leave a bad review, that's up to her. There was no way I was asking her to reconsider. And I got in a little bit of a pickle from what she said because she was very abrupt. I was already thinking, oh my goodness, she's left me a 1-star review. Because as a seller, it's not very good. And it's not so much that it affects, you know, that people are going to see it and think, oh, I'm not shopping in that. Because it wouldn't affect it, because I've never had a 1-star review before. I think I've had a 2-star when somebody else was disgruntled, or it might have been a 3. But like normally, most people, if you read a bad review, you can normally tell if the people are being picky, pokey, and you can normally tell if you read, you know, a few reviews that it was either just a bad experience because it was a bad experience, because, you know, something went wrong with the post, or it just didn't live up to your expectations, or, you know, things like that. But I think you can get a gist to, dare I buy anything from this seller kind of thing. So I know a little 1-star, you know, it really doesn't matter. It was just a total attitude. Yeah, and she got me in a bit of a tiz because she was just firing all this stuff at me. And I thought she meant something, and she didn't. She meant something else. And I thought, I'm just stopping messaging her for today. I'll relook at it tomorrow, because I really couldn't see like what the problem was, kind of thing. So the following day, when I came back and had a look at it, for some reason I had obviously forgotten that it was somebody ordering from one country and sending to another country. And that the person was in the other country sending it to the UK. I'd got it ravelled up thinking that she was in this country sending it to another country. So I'd messaged her back saying, well, you know, it's going to take longer than that because it's obviously going overseas. And then she was like, oh, so you've sent it to me, have you, instead of the right place? And I was just like thinking, I can't really get an angle what she's saying. So anyway, I left it, and then the following day I went back in it and I looked at it with fresh eyes, and I realised she was the person in the other country, and she was sending it to somebody in this country. So in theory, yes, the item should have arrived by now. Maybe it could have still got there on that day or the day after, but it would have been really pushing it. But because we were still coming out of like lockdown kind of things, and everything's just been a bit slow back to front, and you know, all the rest of it. But yeah, it looked as if it wasn't going to be getting there. So I thought, right, I'll check the address. And I looked at the address, and it was a really peculiar address. And she messaged me back that day, and she said something like, if you've sent it to me, then, you know, you've got it really wrangled round and this, that and the other, and you should have sent it to blah blah address. And I looked at the address and I thought, well, that's not the same as the address what was on the order slip. So I messaged her back and I said, well, if this is the order that it's supposed to go to, then I don't think it's ever going to go there, because if you read, you know, the address that you put on it for delivery, it's not that address. And yeah, it's still my fault, because this, I think what had happened is she'd taken her address out of it to put the new address in, and I think she might have got like half of her address and half of this address where she wanted it to go to. So yeah, and it was my fault for not double checking with her. And you know, I really wanted to put does Amazon you know, message you saying do you want to check your address, is it right? Because it's not my responsibility. Like, you know, it's your responsibility, isn't it? If you buy something, it's your responsibility to make sure it gets to where you want it, not the person who you're buying it off. But her manner was so rude. And it was kind of like, I think you've sold enough items to realise when a dress isn't correct or not. Yeah. So yeah, me head's in a little bit of a of a daze. By tomorrow I'll have forgotten about it. But I've asked her not to contact me again, and to I've said if it turns back up here, because obviously I have my address on it as a return to sender, then, you know, as soon as it returns, I will refund her. Or if not, I can message the Royal Mail, but it's got to be 28 working days after the item was supposed to be at its destination. That's to UK. If it's to another country, it can be up to like 48 days, working days. And I said, if not, then I'll have to wait till, you know, this certain date, and then I will, you know, contact Royal Mail, and if they look into it and they're going to refund me, then I'll refund you. But I did politely, but not in so many words, say, please don't message me back. Because I'm going to ignore her, because if it amounts to anything, like Etsy will like look at my messages. So, you know, I don't want to be rude back to her, because because I don't want to be rude back to her, really. But yeah, I do have to be careful what I say, because obviously if she does want to take it any further, then it'll be you know, I suppose I could get in trouble the same as you would in a regular job. Get done for gross misconduct or something. So yeah, but I know that that's not going to stop her from messaging me. But I'm just going to ignore her, because I don't know what else I can say to her apart from, you know, we'll have to wait till that day, or if it turns up before then, I shall refund you, and that's it. But honestly, some customers can be as different as light and day. They really, really can. And like at the same time that had started off, I'd had somebody else who'd bought something from the shop, and it was something that I'd put multiple photos on, and you kind of picked A, B or C, and you know, if you clicked A, it showed you the right photo to what you was getting. And I think it was somebody who hasn't really used Etsy before, and she'd sent me a message saying, oh, I'd like the such and such one, please. And yeah, that one had gone. There was only this one left. Well, she ordered it about 4 weeks ago, and it was one of those things that I didn't want to send her the wrong one, and then, you know, because I clearly knew that wasn't the one she wanted, and I didn't want to refund her and put it back into the shop in case it sold and she wanted that one. So I'd messaged her a couple of times, and because then it was like, say, nearly 4 weeks, and I thought, my goodness, she's gonna come on and be like, why haven't you sent me that stuff, or why haven't you refunded me? And the thing is, sometimes you never know what to do for the best, and it's always the opposite to what you think, kind of thing. Because I've had that before, you know, somebody's address what didn't look right when I was pretty new to Etsy, and I did message somebody and say, oh, I don't think, and they was like, no, it's right. But then, because I was waiting for that person to respond back to me, then you're like waiting for somebody to respond, and then you're sending things out late, which it's not good for your shop. Anyway, this woman messaged me back and she said, I'm really sorry. She said, just send me whichever one it is, I'll have it, because she said, I feel awful that you've been waiting all this time and you've not been able to, you know, put it back up and sell it. And I thought, like, people are just like light and day, aren't they? It's, you know, some people are just, yeah, it doesn't matter, don't worry about it. And then some people are just so rude and arrogant, and I just think, how have you lived like this forever? Like, I just don't. How does anybody speak to them? Or have you got friends? Or yeah, yeah. It's just mind-boggling sometimes. It really is. So yeah, she gave me an headache, that's for sure. But I don't know if sometimes that people who haven't got much experience with Etsy, that they think that you are Etsy, that not some independent person, and that's a marketplace. Yeah, I just don't know. And I think some people just try it on. But yeah, the way, you know, she turned it round from me, and I was, you know, so polite, saying, well, the address I've sent it to is blah blah, that's what was on the thing. And then, you know, she turned it round to, well, it's still your fault, because don't you realise when an address isn't an address? And it's like, it's you who's put the address in wrong. I've not done that. Like, you know, don't you know? And it was to a mother. Like, don't you know your mother's address? Like, yeah, she said something like, I think you've sent enough orders to realise. Oh dear. Anyway, so yeah, I've just got a couple of things on my mind, but yeah, it's surprising how your mind wanders when you're feeling like that. But I'm just like dreading the next time I see that I've got a message from there. But yeah, I'm gonna ignore her. I'm just ignoring her. So that's those two. So we've done 4 so far. And then we've got ones, what, I've got bits on. And I can't remember who these are off. But they're big tags. They are big tags. I'm guessing there was like 3 on a page. I wonder if there were small tags and I've just made them big. I don't know. They're not one that I've printed out before, but I feel like I've had them for a long time. They might be from the old design shop, because the old design shop normally sends you those files what I've got them all individual, so you can print just 1 to a page, 2 to a page, and so forth. So we shall ink around these, because how many is this? 6. Yeah, I bet you there was like 2 pages of them. Oh, I need a drink of that coffee now. I've absolutely worn myself out. I was going to start on about it again. Oh, yeah. Gosh, they're big tax to get round these are. Whew. Right, that'll do that. Oh, let me have a sip of my coffee. So I'm going to work out which images I'm going to use first. So I think I'll do those first because they've got a lot of stuff behind them. Yeah, they must have been on 2 pages, look. Yes. We've sussed it. Oh, I think I'm going to sneeze. Right, let's look at images. I might not have enough tall images to go on them, to be honest. Yeah, I don't feel like they're tall enough. Oh, that's tall. I didn't know about if putting that on and then cutting it down, but I don't think so now. No, that looks okay on there. So that's that one. I'd got this, but obviously you'd have to cut a lot off it to... I do love that though. But again, I don't know if to take some of those balls, these stems off. And like patch it up. But even so, you're still gonna... No, I'm not gonna do that. Right, so that's a no. I've got that. But I'd have to cut quite a bit of that down. Same with that. Then I've got this one, which you'd have to have it at a really funny angle. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. What am I gonna do? I don't know. But for now, I'm just gonna pause. And I'm gonna finish my coffee and get my fussy cuts out and see if we can find some more big ones. So I shall see you in a little tick. Right, I've opened my box. That was right at the top, so that is beautiful. So let's see what else we've got. I do think when I went in there, I did like get all the tall ones out. I probably just missed that one. Yeah. I'm going to say these seem, you know, to be average kind of size. Oh, there's that thistle. See, even that really is a bit lost on there. Yeah, I don't even like it on there. So I think what we will do is we'll do these 3, and then them other 3 are just gonna have to go back in my tub, aren't they? I mean, that's a possibility. Here, we're getting there because I've got that one as well. So actually we only need one more. Otherwise I was going to say they'll just have to go back in the unfinished until I've done some more fussy cutting. But yeah, I do find tulle things are very, there we go, very hard to come by. So let's go back to we're going to have. So I think on these with lots of things on, I'm going to go for the thinner ones because because then you can see the background, can't you? So I'm thinking maybe just a bit of paper on this side. I'm actually preferring seeing that side to that side, but that naturally wants to go about in the middle, doesn't it? That could go on that side. So even that really is a little bit too small, but we can work with it. So what side do I want the paper? Let's decide what paper we want. So I'm not using the same as what I've just used. So I've got this one. I don't know, we need to see, that's quite a peachy colour. Might tone it down a bit, so that might be a good one. These are text ones. Yeah, I think it's gonna have to be that one. So I'm going to use some of this again to, I hope you can see I'm just flicking things to show you. Right, so I'm going to rip down this bit and down here. Let's take that bit off. Oh, I've got myself all aggy now. But some people will just not be wrong, will they? Whatever it is, they will not even, you know, I'm one of them people who, if I'm wrong, I'll just say I'm wrong. And, you know, at work, sometimes things have gone wrong and they'll be like, who's done that? And I'm like, I did it. And everybody looks at me like, what? I can't believe you're admitting to that. But if you've done something wrong, you've done something wrong. We are human. And we all do things wrong some of the time. And that's just it, you know. I mean, I don't think, I think some people think that you're so judged on doing something wrong. And I think because I don't judge other people, you know, because we do all get things wrong, I don't see it's a problem. But maybe in their life, when they've got things wrong at their work, or, you know, maybe they've got really important jobs and you can't be wrong. I mean, you know, you can't really be a surgeon and just say, oh, well, you know, I got it wrong. I get that. But I don't think that I do anything that important that I couldn't say, oh, actually, you know, I'm wrong. And that's it. So maybe they're just used to never being wrong, and wrong's always been a really negative thing. I just do not know, but I just know that there is people that, you know, will just not be wrong. But and that's fine, but it's the way they talk down to people to prove that they're in the right, and it's just like, I just don't get it. I really don't. Anyway, I'm not upset. I'm not upset. I've had lots of, you know, customers, and obviously I work in a shop, so I'm gonna cover that. So yeah, I'm quite used to rude customers and things. But again, even in where I physically work, again, the customers are like night and day. You know, you get those really rude, get me this, do this, and all that. And then you get other people who are like, oh, don't bother yourself. And, you know, you'll fetch them something and they're like, oh, thank you so much. And you think, I'm only doing my job. But they're so, like, grateful. But yeah, a lot of the time there's not many in-betweens. It's either, you know, one or the other. Oh, why did that look like it fitted? It fitted. I'm sure it fitted when I just looked at it. I don't think I can live with that. I just don't think I can. Because it's just at a funny place where it's done it. So off with their head. Off with their head, she says. Right, so I'm quite happy with that. Right, so I'm actually going to do the backgrounds first, and then let's see what happens. But yes, I'm not upset. It just peeves me sometimes. It does. Right, on this side, I'm going to go this way. And I'm just going to ink that edge because this time keep doing that other edge because I just keep cutting it off. Ooh. It's getting on for, well, it's not getting on for evening meal time. As I say tea, I know I probably say it a million times. We have tea here, and tea is our afternoon, well, evening meal, and it can range any time between 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock, depending who's doing what and all the rest of it. So it's about 4:30 now. So yeah, I'm kind of getting into need to start thinking about tea. And it's not going to be an exciting tea because, like I say, we didn't bother going shopping because we was thinking, oh, the car will be fine. But now it's failed. We can't then. It'll be able to pick it up from the garage, but won't be able to go out in it. So yeah, I think it's going to be sausage and chips because I've got some sausages. I haven't got any potatoes, but I've got some frozen chips. So, and Ryan hates chips. He doesn't really like those kinds of dinners. I mean, I don't love them. I like them once or twice a week. But yeah, he's really a dinner man. I mean, luckily he has over the years started coming to terms with having pasta, because I mean we love lasagna and like meatballs and pasta, or meatballs and spaghetti and things like that. So yeah, it's got used to that a bit more. Anybody? Oh, it's here. So we've got 2. That's that one. I feel like I best use another paper. I know when I do things, and I do quite a few of them, you probably think, why are you using the same paper? And the reason is because if I don't use all the same paper, then I've just got, this is where scraps come from. So I do kind of make myself use the same papers. And I think all these things are going to be in different things anyway. So it doesn't matter when you're like mass making things, and it just saves on keep tearing into new paper. So yeah, that's why I do it. But yeah, sometimes I think, oh, I bet you think I'm really boring and just use the same piece. But yeah, I just like to use everything, because then if I'm doing another project, I would then get a fresh piece out, and I just feel then that that's when the those little pieces never get used up until it's like, oh my goodness, I've got, you know, a million scraps to get used. So yes, ink that, and we'll pop that on there. Come in a little bit to about there. I mean, I can eat shepherd's pie for 3 days. You know, that's the kind of person I am. Right. Wanted it. Oh, a bit more. Oh, nearly. Yeah, I just like to use things up in everything, really. That's just where I am. Not to like the extreme. Oh, I've got no thingers. Yeah, I want to say I was like, you know, I don't turn jars upside down and stuff in the house. But yeah, I do like to use things if I can use them. So that's those. Right, we've got 3 of those, and we'll go back to this paper. That's about that then. And we'll go 1, 2 and 3, and then that's the only piece I'm going to then be putting in my scraps. And yeah, it's not so much, is it, than having, you know, 4 or 5 different half pages, or just a page with a little bit taken out of it. So let's so we'll go this side, because there's not that much going off on this one. You know, I don't know why I'm not using the cloud for this, because I have only got a small amount of art glitter left, and it's just taking forever to actually come out the bottle, so I'd be better off just using the cloud. Right, that's that. And see what that looks like. I'm going to go that way and cut the bottom off. Yeah. Right, I'm going to pause for a minute, because I've just heard Ryan actually pull up. So I'm going to see what the garage has said. So in the meantime, I will just get those stuck down. It wasn't even him. I think it was the neighbour. Right, so here are my bases. Right, let's have a look. What looks good on what? Oh, like that. So that can go on that one. I'll have that on that one, because there's not much going off in the background. This is another, so I'll have that one on there. that one and that one. That one on there. And this one. Yep, on this one. Right, so do I want to add stuff? Sure I do. Sure I do. So I don't want that. I think that one could look good there. So we'll pop that around there. Okay. I want to try and move it a bit, thinking that when I do put a hole in it, so that would probably be the right kind of, I don't think I want that colour. Yeah, the right kind of place for it. That's what I'm trying to say as I'm looking. No, I need a I need a different colour, I think. Quite like that there. I feel like it needs to be plain. That's in the wrong one. That should be over there. Right, come on, Tanya. I've got a red one. No, I'm not liking the red. My eyes are not working very well. I've got my glasses on, but I've had my glasses on all day, and they're not really supposed to wear them all day. And I think after a bit, they're starting to strain my eyes. But then I've just tried to take them off, and yeah, I can't see, so I can't take them off. Right, that's okay there. So I'm just going to ink around this one. I know I didn't the other one. I thought I could get away with that. Okay, round that. Pop that on there. Right, I'm just going to turn one of these the other way and just ink around here. Come on, don't rip it again. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So I've gone back to the art glitter glue because obviously the clout tip's far too big for this. Yep. Gosh, it's a lot of area to cover. Right, so maybe I'd be best putting the top down first so I know that I've cleared, but then I won't know. That's it. So that's that one. It's just double. That's it. So that's another one. Right, this one. Oh, I do like this one. I like that one there. Yes, I'm going to go for that. So let me just snip around that bit where I'd missed a bit of white. So I'm not going to put the holes in and put the thingy in, seam binding or whatever. Because with them being tall as well, I might not use any. I'll see when I use them. Because for some things I think they look nice shooting out the top, like a journal and stuff, but if I do end up using them like in a file folder and stuff, I'm not that keen of things coming out from the top. So yeah, possibly wouldn't put anything on them. Right, let's get this piece of paper again. Okay. Right, I did buy one of these and I tried it for the intricate dies, but I didn't think much to it because I felt as if by the time I'd got round it was dry. But I'm just wondering how it'd work on these, because obviously I want to use them, I want to finish them. So I think I bought a pack of 3. But yeah, can you see how it's disappearing now? And it's like once it's disappeared, it's near enough dry. So it's no good for big, well, not so much big areas, but like intricate areas. Because obviously, you know yourself, if you've got an intricate butterfly or something, and you want to go all the way around it, it takes some time. So let's get the brayer. I think that's stuck down. Right, I'm gonna put the art glitter away. Might as well get them used up. I'll have to remember to pull them out. In fact, I'll keep the brayer. Right, while I've got this here, I might as well get this inked up. What kind of time are we on? Oh, right, let's do this one and we'll call it a day. I didn't realise we'd been Oh, it'd been as long as that. Crikey. Yeah. And say these finishing bases off. You think, well, I've already got the base there. It won't take too long, but yeah, it does. So thank you. If you're still watching, or you've been watching, you know, it's continued. Oh, I do want the... Oh, this is going to be a faff, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not trusting it on... I mean, this is on like 200 GSM. I think that might be pushing it. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see, won't we, man? If they fall off. I'm gonna do that coming off the edge. I don't know what I think to it really. Who knows? I mean, it seems to be like doing the job. The reviews on it was pretty good, which is why I bought it. I mean, when I do try normally like a new glue, I will read some reviews just to get a good idea. And obviously you get a few people say, oh, it's rubbish and whatever you look at, but yeah, majority of them, there was good reviews. I think they're kind of a card making thing. Right, so that's that one. Right, we'll call it a day because we've made these 3. We've made these 2 and these 2. So we've done 7. I've just got another 3 to do, which I'll sit and do now. Then that's something else off my pile. So thank you very much again for joining me. Sorry about the moans, but like I say, I am totally fine about it. I'm going to say you do get a lot of... It doesn't happen very often, but yeah, she'll not be the first, and I'm sure she won't be the last. So bye for now.